welcome again to another day with Dylan. We are actually, oops, and I'm on the completely wrong screen. I thought it was a start. Well, we're live, not ended. Got one of those days where I could use coffee to make coffee. All right, we are back, and I'm just getting the program booted up because it crashed on me the moment I went to log in. That's okay. You know, streams have hiccups sometimes. Streams live hiccups sometimes. This is one of those streams. So, let's see what we do. I'm in kind of a chill mood. Good, whether or not this is going to set you to sleep. Good morning, Fantastic Joe Fox.
Hello.
No, just let me know whether or not this puts you to sleep, but I'm just going to try something a little different. I just a list I hadn't used before. This morning's music comes to you from the Own 3D Music, supposedly fully copyright-free playlist that they've got in Spotify. I hadn't used this one before because I hadn't had reason to trust it or to see it was any good, but it's not bad. It's just really calm. I think let's try some. Oh, that's pretty quiet. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, a little different. All right. So first off, we need a big screen. There we go. Get in and see where we're at. And as usual, we pull into the dark. I should probably let you guys know one thing. You're seeing the frames per second in the corner at the bottom there. And that's actually coming from a frame reducer mod. So whenever I pop out of Minecraft to do something else, the add-on intentionally reduces the frames. That's just, I'm choosing to do that because then I can do a lot of AFK stuff, or just leave the app in the back and it's not as hard on my computer itself. Just an attempt to extend the life of the computer. I know I've got a half-decent video card, and all that jazz. It's just that I figure if I don't need to be running it, it also helps keep my office a little, not be running everything all the time. So yeah, the side effect though is that when I pop out of the game, it tends to drop the frames for us for a little bit. So first things first, let's see, sound controls, let's make sure we have sound. Oh, you'll see it drop frames for just here. Spotify's playing, which is good. Okay, so sure that I'm not getting my duplicate sound here. Oops, wrong one. Done. In. New quote of the day is, oh, and it looks like, yeah, there we go, we have sound and stuff. Funny, on my screen, Fantastic Sherlock Fox's name changed color today. Okay. Alright, so, first things first today is I need to grab some stuff I can use to make some torches. And I think I'm gonna have to steal from the actual... No, don't do that. Steal block from each of these. There we go. Make a ton of torches so that I don't actually have to for a while. But what I'm going to do is I've laid out the walls on the church, and I put them. Oh, I missed my hand. I wonder if it's got. Yeah. Laid out the walls on the church, but it's still got a lot of sounds, like a lot of mobs and stuff in the bottom. Hello, good morning, Benson. How are you? I think Benson is going to need a special shout out at some point, so we're going to do that one really quickly. But if you can think about it, what she'd like to have, that we can easily put a shout out that's specific to you. I think that'd be pretty awesome. In any case, we can set custom shout outs. So I'm going to make a ton of torches because I'm kind of tired of making other things. If I can get out of this. Torches. Okay. Well, that didn't get me very far. At all. actually kind of disappointing, to be honest with you. It's cheaper and easier to trade for torches for stuff from the villagers. Yes, let's put it that way. Good morning. Wow. Alright. But I have more sticks than I need, but that's okay. Because, you know, you can always use sticks. And I don't want to be triggering with Attica today, so let's just get walk out of the way. Now, one of the things I've decided to do with the new buildings, when we're done, it's going to become a storage building. And there'll be some more chests that will have stuff in them, like, but I will be sort of doing things like taking a lot of these, well, maybe not that one, taking a lot of these shulkers and just emptying them out into a chest, because digging out a shulker every time you need a set of planks is a bit of a pain in the butt. The other part of it is building's a little bigger than this one. Even if I put all of the content inside, then I'm still gonna have space, so it'll work out well. All right. Here I got torches. Oh, yeah, right. I needed dirt. Not nighttime. Oh, right. I'm inside. I was trying to figure out where I was going there. All right. Very minor thing to share with you guys. Actually, I'll just stand out here. I don't really need to go over to the place itself. Dirt. Probably shulker this, actually. A lot simpler. Anyway. B. Where did I do that? And I'll grab a shulker of rock that I got way too much of. Oh. Right, I'm a little bit squirrely this morning because I want to get this noise shut down as quickly as I can under the buildings. That's why that didn't. Okay, going where I'd put the light gray wolf. I keep sticking it in with the stone. It's like in my inventory, I can't see the pattern as easily. That one. Stone. There we go. Okay. Anyways, where I was going with this, I want to show you one quick thing I was working on the other day. Last night I just needed to chill out. Not a big deal. Had a bit of a stressy day with the bingo. I need to learn to relax. Not to have a more chilled bingo run, but to relax with how the runs go when I don't complete. In any case, I found a few more lines of the whatchamacallit, the CAD file thing. The quick refresher. We have book cover reference. Oh, wrong one. Off the tower for a second. There we go. You can see that I'm working on picture there and going to make it a little bit more realistic to the picture we've got. So the left-hand side, probably can't see it too well in the picture, but on the book cover, this tunic is the brighter color. His arm's a dimmer color. And in the new version of it, I'm working my way back across, and it's going to be the brighter color. Also, there's lime in my carpet on the ground, and I think that's awful because if I was looking for green, great, but it's actually meant to be a snowy area, so that's not working so well. So as I go through, it's also pulling out the majority of the lime. I've only done 1 or 2 rows in that section, and it also bothered me earlier on that when I had originally done it, the vertical split between the 3 sections had gotten twisted, so that was not looking right to me as well. So I mean, it just happened to fix itself when I rotate everything back. All the colors got swapped out. But yeah, I've been working on that as a way of chilling out, and it does mean that I hadn't got as much progress done on the church. That's okay, because we have a stream weekend coming up. Where's my stream weekend button? There we go. So we've got the schedule coming up, and we're going to start on Saturday and Sunday this weekend. These are, of course, all our Eastern Daylight Times on the bottom. If you live in a different time zone, you'll need to do your own conversions, because we didn't put on the GMT ones this time around. But, for example, my slots are 7 p.m. Eastern on both days, even though it looks like I'm finishing out the second day. And that means that for me, it's 5 p.m. my time because I live in Mountain. So it's 2 hours earlier. Yeah. Where are so one of the things that... Where are we? Oops. I hope I turn that off before I go too far. There we go. All right. So one of the things that that has occurred to me of late, yeah, is that, oh, forgot to mention that our fine, there we go, our fine friend Benson, who's in our streams, she did the background on this art. So this is part of her base, and then that's her temple design in the background. She's a great member of our streaming community and a good friend of a lot of the streamers on here, so we figured that we would go ahead with her art, and it just had a great shot, so it looks really good. And it also keeps reminding me as I scroll that one of the other plans I was going to do sometime today, probably not on stream, is to go and take a picture of my Karnak ship, boaty thing, yes, oh, that away, so that I can use that as my background going forward. Toss away into the correct box. And, oh, Squirrel Project. Nope. Yes. And it doesn't fit. Fantastic. So the Squirrel Project would also be labeling the sheep. Because it's going to drive me crazy. But there's not much point in me labeling it until I've got new spot. What's this? Dump it from there. This is sort of my wool dump box. I'm just going to leave it there for now. Alright. Get to it. Making sure I got enough stuff. I probably won't need rockets, but it's becoming a habit. Keep the rockets in my inventory. And... okay. I've moved the shulker monster, the small one that we had out here. It's now inside the church here. You can see I've taken all, since Tuesday's stream, I've taken all of the outline that we put together. And I've sunk it down one. Rather than tear it up each time, not each time, but tear it up as we go. Somehow that I was trying that and it disconnected for me in terms of not feeling like I had actually got the line there, like even a small portion of it. It felt like I'd taken out my plan. So I figured I would just put it in underneath and we just build on top. It's not like it's going to be a big deal. Oh my god. I'm a squirrel enough to talk to this guy. It is weird when they just see the llamas coming in. Oh, booger. Okay, more squirrel time. At my base. Well, stream weekend stuff. Thank you very much, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, for letting me know that. Should probably give you guys... oops, I should probably give you guys the opportunity to turn that off, but... there we go. Okay. We're seeing the dark, and while we're here I'll sleep, but I do need to... I've been avoiding icy places at the moment, just, miner crashed into an iceberg. So I've been collecting ice in general from these guys when they show up, and look at that. There again. And I'm going to need to actually... and it occurred to me, yes, I can fly, and I probably should have flown. I'm still not used to it. As in, sometimes I even forget I have it. Oh, whoops. Come on. Alright. One. Couple of... round. Couple of those. Alright. That will do for now. Let's put that away. As well. Let's see if I can grab any more while he's here. I buy you out of any more of these? Okay, great. Everything else I've got and or can make, so... emeralds. Sorry for starting out with all the squirreling. Anytime that, because I've got emeralds I can come up with quickly, time I can possibly pick up from the trader something that I don't have handy. Well, probably a good plan. Oh, I keep forgetting to put the Enderman's head elsewhere. Whatever. Okay, so I'm not going to fly in. Let's just take off the elytra. And at least I'll remember how to not fly. Rockets up there, because I'm not going to need them. I think that's good. I think. I'm not even sure what. Okay, so what I was actually having happen is underneath the church, right through this zone, there is a lot of stuff. There's a something. I don't know what it is. But it seems to be, and there's the Enderman that's not an Enderman, which means clearly there's a cave over there. I want to get it lit up or plugged up. That's where all this other junk comes from. I need to go. Now, one of the thoughts I had is start from this end, try and head towards the church as much as I can. One of the perks to having a mini-map is that I can just see when I'm in the right direction. Oh yes, I forgot. That is one honkin' big cave. Right. Okay. One quick second to grab a couple church corner coordinates. Come on. I just took off the elytra, and then I find a reason to... I'm going to write down some corners. Got here. Wrong sheet. Notes. Bingo notes. I just don't want to mix up things. I've been mixing my notes together, and I've got stuff for, like, escape challenge, or the escape simulator stuff on the corner of my church notes, which is confusing the heck out of me. Then I have, like, a Valentine's, it says on some other sheet. Like, it's really confused stuff. So yeah. I'm going to change my note-taking system here. Okay, so got church corner is -2, 5, 2, 3. Sorry for the lack of interest here. -1, 0. That is northeast corner stuff. North corner. I'm going to grab all of them. But let's got over here. Southeast. -4. That should give me a rough idea when we're under the church. Last one. 2. West. Spiders. Oh, fun. Corners -5. X negative. Okay. I guess I might as well since I did 4. And this one. Mean. Yes. 1, 2, -2, 5. Sorry about all the weird stuff on screen for that, but at least that gets me the idea of where I'm at, so that I run back over here and try and block things up, light it up, etc., etc. At least I know where I'm at, because obviously I'm going to be losing sight of space pretty quickly. And I probably should have brought a bucket for water. That would have been sensible. Probably not worth going back for now. I don't know if way down there is actually going to be near enough to the problem. Apparently. Okay. The heck? Good grief. Okay, well, apparently I had a farther down cavern than I thought. Wow, that goes quite a ways. Huh. Caving is not my idea of a good time, nor is it anywhere near the church. So, what I'm going to do is I will definitely put that on my to-do list. Actually going and caving. That sounds like a challenge for one of the days this weekend, so we're not doing church the entire time, and it shouldn't take the whole time hang out in the cave. It really shouldn't and or won't, but good place to start for one of the days. I'm not trying to be chicken here, I'm actually trying to get a job done. To me is a big difference, because chicken is usually my specialty. I'm leaning in, which is A, bad for posture, but B, doesn't help you guys with the microphone. In a little further. So, impacting what you guys see. Not particularly, no. Back out again. Oh, I see, it's too close to the microphone, or the camera. Okay, well, we'll just have to deal. That's just... It doesn't help that I'm wearing a black shirt, that's probably part of it. Metaphorically, no. Auditorily, in terms of tech, yeah. Okay, now, also the other thing we don't need up is this. I shut off my references for now. There was the Ender Person. Might as well start there, because we know there's a cave here, and it works over towards the building in that direction. Like in the southeast direction, so always a good spot. Sarcasm intended. I don't like Ender things. Woot woot, you too. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. I forget where the sensible spot is to dig a hole. But I guess diggy hole right in front of the stairs probably wouldn't hurt, because I can easily mentally find it later. If anybody's curious, the spawner that CJ alerted me to on one of the previous streams, that spawner is still just torched off. But if any of our fine friends want to, come and steal it or make use of it or whatever, they are more than welcome to, because that is not my cup of tea. Okay, so southeast direction. Gotta get down. Southeast will be into a wall. Fine for now. I find the Ender Person. We have a lot of spaghetti caves going on here. And find my way out. Okay, this. So obviously I blocked something. Southeast direction, okay. Ender Person's off that way, so I think I walled them in. Yep. Must wall the dwarf in. Okay. Aha. Oh, here's some. Are we on light to start with? Down. Oddly enough, Stream Elements appears to have vanished from the user list for a while now. They go down. No, Stream Elements I have been actually not using for quite some time. I've actually switched over as much as I can to StreamerBot, and associated add-ins directly in OBS. Nothing wrong with Stream Elements. More power to those who use it. It just wasn't powerful enough for what I was attempting to do. Not powerful enough. It didn't have enough options for what I was attempting to do and didn't offer me the creativity I wanted. Stream Elements isn't there, but Stream Stickers seems to come and go. Oh yeah. Oops, I want to do that. What? Okay. Actually, yeah, there. Oh yeah, for some reason, Stream Stickers is a VIP user, but for some reason they come and go in the list, even though they actually talk about, like even though the bot seems to actually talk a lot about what's going on. Like you can see it in the chat today. It's just it didn't say anything, which is kind of odd. Now, I don't even know if I'm headed in the right direction. Heard to probably the backside of that cave from earlier. I'm not even headed towards the Ender person. 6:13. No. 25. Is that direction? Changing the Z. I've got to go this way quite a bit, south, and then to the east a bit more. I do have to go down there, but apparently not as deep as I thought I did. Maybe there's some more walls here, right? You too. Light that up. I'm getting this weird feeling like I'm forgetting something, ending up in the wrong caves. I do want to light all this up, but I think I'm below the church enough that from down here I shouldn't hear it, so back up only because... Oops. Okay. I'm back up only because I'm aiming for the church to get quieter. That's really the main target here. Ah. I think what I'm going to do is, rather than guessing what's near the church that should be dug out, I'm just going to literally go under the church. I think it's probably my best plan. Set up all this part. Good news. I couldn't hear that. Oh. Well, that's not going to help at all. Put an ugly strip here to remind me that it's there. Alright. I'm surprised to not see why the Extreme Elements doesn't pop into the user list all the time, because it's got VIP. But the reason I VIP'd it rather than modding the bot, as a lot of places suggest, or as a lot of streams suggest, is just to find out that, hey, VIPs can post links, and I don't want to risk something being able to ever mod my channel and or edit my channel. And I give myself a free hydrate because not a lot of voice, but I actually have to open the do it. Okay, so this is where I'm hearing the sounds. So in that case, this is where I'm going down. You can see I've got. Let's just follow this. You can see I've got creepers hanging out below the church somewhere, but not where I am. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff hanging out right underneath the section and being ultra noisy. I'm just going to take a boo, probably around about here and just dig a hole straight down. Or well, not quite straight down, but... Now the concept, I thought about keeping the stuff for like a cemetery feel. Then I realized it would drive me nuts just to storage that way. Okay. There we go. Go down this direction. Oh? Day vacation was definitely your last one. Where did you go? Or where did you go for your favorite vacation? Inquiring people want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Okay. Okay, I think I can start to see where some of these are. Why they're hanging out near the church. It was red underneath. Fantastic. Alright. Where are we here? 7? I know it's getting dark for you guys. Actually, let me just put up a torch. There we go. Oops, wrong side. You put it, as I've mentioned in the past, if you put them on your left, then you'll always know the right way home. I know it's an incredibly bad pun, but it works well for me because that way when I see other buildings... Oh, still quite dark. Okay. I didn't think this through, did I? Shulker. Foxo, random stuff, sure. Liking up there for now. Really? Disorganized Delenn. Bricks again. Okay. Not create your own problem here. Alright. Put up another one on the left. In hard to go with, and what I got to. Okay, that makes sense. Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I've never been to some of those places like Myrtle Beach and stuff. You hear about them. They're awesome. But I've never been to places like that. They're pretty cool. Okay, so I'm in. Now when I'm taking a look at the mini-map, what you're actually seeing here, cave layers, is vertical chunks. We're somewhere between... Where are we here? Y50, so yeah, somewhere between Y48 and Y63. And unfortunately, it doesn't get more specific than that. I mean, I can zoom in a bit more, but it still makes that the same level of chunk I'm looking at, which affects what we're going to be seeing in the map. So it's a bit of a, well, pardon the French, a poop shoot to actually find the correct spot. So what I'm gonna do here, take one more down this way so that I'm almost into the cavern, and if I'm not fairly quickly here, then I'm going to make a turn and get in there. Oh, welcome on in, Raiders. Welcome, welcome. most of the time well, no, I should say that. Sometimes my notifications pop correctly, and sometimes they don't. But at least the raid fireworks came fired off. So welcome on in, Lord Snarl. Good to see you. Good to see you, and thank you very much for bringing your party with you. I always appreciate it when you are willing to drop in. So this morning, I'm trying to find... Oh, mine's out. I've gone too low. Lost the cave, but I'm still seeing the creepers. So, where are we here? 48. There we go. I go down to 40. I'm starting to lose it. What I'm looking for is, I've got my church layout up top, and
Hello?
I'm trying to find the cave where a lot of these monsters are hiding. Hello! You were playing Minecraft specifically. What were you doing in Minecraft today? I'm actually quite curious. I've been watching some of your stuff, some of your builds, and I'm liking what I'm seeing, so... Okay. Huh. I'm standing in what should be middle of a cave, if I could find it, but apparently I'm not seeing it, so I may be too low. Let's just take a gander. Can I go down to 2? Disappears. So that's not the ones harassing the church. Gotta be between 63. And maybe too low. There's a bit above as well, so that suggests that I probably should go up if I want to find the cave. I don't really want to find it because there's creepers, but I really need to find it because I need to light it up. It's alright to have cave noises and creatures and stuff, but if I'm going to be using it as a storage hall, then I don't really want to have a lot of those noises. Ah, wait a minute, escape. Option. No, that's not what I want. I don't normally use subtitles, and you'll see them pop up underneath my head. But because we're trying to find these things, the closer I can get to wherever they are, whatever tool will help me find them is probably worth it at this point. For now. Won't be here all day. Borders. Go. I had to move my version of your chat on the screen just to actually see. Directions. Footsteps. Okay, so I've got creepers on both sides of me. And that stupid llama. Okay, come back here. Sorry guys, llama's causing a problem. Or llamas and trader is causing a problem for what I'm trying to do here, so let's just get rid of them. And then that's one less set of crazy noises that we've got going on. Uh-oh, that's not good. Meant to hit the trader first. My daughter Sheep Queen really dislikes it when I kill the llamas, but sometimes you just can't help it because the robotic llamas won't despawn and they just never go away. Okay, well, while I'm out here, at the random junk box, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4 random junk. 4 random junk. Oh, that's not random junk. Extra stuff. Throw this random junk. 1, 2. Alright. Enough random junk, okay. Over here. I was getting a kick out of the fact that Mojang decided that we all burp when we eat on every single thing. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they had, you know, a random chance of how much you burp, but you burp. Okay, so our lowest spot here that I can see, 48, that I can see the tunnel. 3, so 950. I'm gonna split the difference, but 2, 1, sure. Let's see. If I go this way a bit. I really don't like this whole shooting in the dark business because it doesn't get you very far very fast. Last check-in setting. Blue lighting, brightness, okay good. Done. For mining, trying not to... Okay, and unsuccessfully trying to make an automatic wool farm. Oh, unsuccessfully? I'm just kind of curious. What was it about the automatic wool farm that was causing you some challenges? Oh my. Okay. My least favorite mob. Sounds like it's nearby. But not nearby enough for me to see it. Okay, neighboring cave. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to take care of that one too. Shoot. Okay, so it's not here. Tag under there. If it's not there, let's just fill it up. I know that went black.
Oh, hello there!
Backing out of it. Good morning, Firepower. How are you this morning? How am I doing? Better than yesterday. But yeah. I think yesterday I stressed out far too much about bingo, and decided, or at least today I managed to get my head around deciding that a couple things, depending on how much time I have before the weekend, we'll see because I've got stream weekend coming up. But depending on how much I stress about that, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, sure. I may give it another run on my own off camera. See if maybe it's being on camera that stresses me out in some way. I don't know. But, you know, it doesn't matter. And actually it really helped yesterday to decide a different strategy. Rather than aiming to finish, which was the goal originally. Aha. The strategy is now to just do better than I did before. So maybe it might be more actual completed items, more lines, trying to eliminate deaths. A lot of it is that chicken factor is really high for this gal. Really high. Therefore, I tend to avoid the spaces that have a lot of mobs in them. Problem with doing that, though, is that you just don't get the items you need. It's kind of like if you went into a vault in Vault Hunters, and crap, we're in trouble. Well, that's one way to take care of a creeper. Sorry, guys. You didn't get to see much except the kaboom. Oh wait, there's another one.
Oh, hello there!
Oh no! Oh. How are you? Oh, jeez. Go away. Not enough space I can shoot you from a distance. Eat you. Gotcha. Alright. So, suffice to say, that was not going very well. But got my head around that a little bit better by deciding that I just wanted to get better. That's the main key. What I'm working on today is just simply trying to get some of the caves underneath my church lit up. It sounds okay to have the funky noises in a graveyard kind of thing, but if I'm intending to use it as a storage building, I wasn't super keen on having a bazillion mobs hanging out underneath. Or was it, as some say, a bajillion? Yes, there we go. I can't even remember where that reference comes from. Yeah. I'm also really near a large, I guess, crevasse would probably be the best word for it. Which means that I'm not particularly sure where all these mobs are coming from, because as I wander around up top, they I'm gonna drop on me quite easily. Way. I know I've got some Endermen actually trapped in here, which doesn't help anybody. There he is. And there he goes. Where are we here? Yeah, like, It's more that I originally just wanted to be able to complete inside the length of a stream, and my length of a stream is approximately 2 hours. So that was kind of why I was setting that goal. Now, I know there are other methods to do, like as in I don't have to blackout. That seems to be the popular thing, but I don't have to use the blackout system. I can actually go for a different goal in bingo instead. Something along the lines of like, 4 corners, or there's another one where it says try and grab, I think it's maximum 20 items, but make your goal to be getting 20 items that don't actually get you any bingos at all in the whole sheet. So basically you avoid absolutely every intersection, which is kind of a challenge. Well, a challenge, of course, that's the point. But, okay, there we go. So this section, if I put fortune here, this section should be covered. What I'm trying to do here is see if I can light up enough of the caverns underneath the church that I don't have a whole lot of noise. And at this point, I have not looked at this big one, nor the lava pit one, apparently. That's news. But I was starting with the west end because I was hearing a lot of noise from that. And as you can see on Journey Map, when it maps all the caves, that if I wanted to shut all of it down, I'd have an awful long way to go. So for now, I'm just going to do the part past the church, and we'll see. I might go as far as where you can, where you can kind of see an Enderman hanging out because he's trapped. They have a funny habit of, in this neighborhood, since I'm in a savannah, they teleport themselves into a 3-high space, and then there's nowhere for them to go, so they're half stuck. And they make all kinds of noises, of course. We even had them mad at me screaming without remembering that I looked in their face, and I'm like, how does that happen? But that's okay, Alright. Jump in through here, please. But yeah, I just wanted the main section of the church itself to be quieter, which involves lighting things up, I guess. Yeah. And that's another thing too, is this is job needed to be done, for sure. Where did I come up? Sure. Sometimes I'm lighting across the bottom because it's very effective, but it means I lose. Okay. Let's go put one here, there. Excess torching, but if I put them on the walls, then I know where my ins and outs are. And I'm getting a weird blue effect when I turn. I don't know why. So yeah, it's just a thing. On the other hand, it's not quite as weird as some of the stuff I'm seeing on Firepower's streams, where I think the AMD card just like does not render certain elements in his Vault Hunter stuff. So every once in a while you'll get with weird black things that he can't do anything about, and I can't blame him for bringing it up from time to time because other people will be always asking questions. This is sort of lit, but sort of not enough. Okay, so this is back to where we started earlier. Right, so I'm not that far from where I put the strip up in the roof. Kind of right, but didn't realize that going up the other direction was what I needed. Okay. Well, I don't mind starting easily with getting bingo. As people were saying yesterday, you count your wins as you can. Okay, that should be this cavern, so I should probably find the other one. Yeah, you start by getting a bingo. Like, I guess I was frustrated yesterday partly because it took so long to get the first bingo that by the time I got it, my attitude to it was more of a yippee skippy, which was not necessarily conducive to a good attitude going on in. So yeah, at some point I will have a happy dance and probably a highlight clip or something like that when I manage to actually come. But that won't be for a while, and do I care? Not particularly. I'll come back and fill this up, but I'll do it off camera. I fill up the wall to get there. Okay. So now I know that was there. I have to dig down another spot. Where is... It didn't update. Oh. Follow me, please. Chunk. 3, 4. 3. Okay, so 3 starts to get it. Down through here. That's going to be huge. And I know I've got a spider. Fantastic. Right. So this part you can see up to the northeast, towards the minimap zone. That's part of the cavern, not cavern, canyon. It goes down really quite deep. I need to figure out where, probably far end of my beacon maybe, around about in here, I suppose. I decide, do I dig in? Yeah, I'll dig in the church. Sure, why not? Why not? Would get me. And that was probably about 51, I think. Yeah, Blackout can be difficult. I just figured, you know, when you see, I know there's speed runs, I get it. And I get the people doing it are professionals. Insofar as a lot more experience, a lot less adrenaline. You know, like there's limits. I've joked over the years that I'm a perma-noob. And such is life. That's, you know, it's not ideal, but you take your mood where you can get it, I guess, or your comfort zone where you can get it. But then there's also things that certain comfort zones will not allow you to do. Anyway, whoa, what did I, oh, bajillion. Thank you for the Ricardo race car reference. Yes, I've gone around a bajillion times, I see. Okay. I'm gonna see a quick, I'm just making a little bit of adjustment, but I'm seeing. Oops, not. Go. I had to reload the chat of what I'm seeing. So I've got actually a cheat, I guess you could say, where I should be almost in the middle of this cavern. So it's obviously a different spot than the other one. Two do not connect. But somewhere between 48 and 50, I think, minus. But it's obviously not at 57. So let's see. I'll take this as 4. Uh-oh. Okay, the thing like that, that's when we go to be right back. And I'm just going to slip over to Lego. This is when we do our Lego switch. Go. Aha! Okay, we still need to sort the lighting. I keep forgetting about that. Alright, so today, where did we get to? This one? Okay. It just needs, and I'm going to start my timer here. There we go. So you guys have a rough idea how long your break is if Lego's not your thing and you need like a bathroom break or snack refresh or go get more coffee or whatever it is you're doing in your day. Check an email for work, you know, that kind of jazz. But, so Lego is my build break, and we're working on the Hogwarts Moment book series. I've just about done the last one that I think they make. And, this one is the, what's it called again? Divination class with Professor Trelawney. In the movie, Professor Trelawney was played by Emma Thompson. And the most notable, well, one of the most notable features of the costume was some ultra thick bottle bottom glasses, but not thick in the way you would think of like Trailer Park Boys kind of thick. But these ones were actually like almost like they're magnifiers. And so they were convex on both sides, which meant her eyes looked huge. And apparently she said she really didn't like her scenes where she actually had to be in them. I mean, she liked doing the character and stuff, but that she did not like the glasses. So any time that they could do a distance shot where she could wear something that faked out the glass without having to have actual magnifying glass in it, she really preferred that because they were difficult to deal with and gave her headaches. But there's a YouTube video I've got flagged to watch later that talks about some of the weird requests and habits of the actors during the Harry Potter movies, and the thumbnail right off the bat says that Emma Thompson and I'm gonna get it wrong. It's Helen or Helena. I can never remember which. Bonham Carter refuse to be in the same room at the same time. So basically, Beatrix Lestrange and Sybil Trelawney wouldn't. Thankfully, they never had to be, according to the books or the scripts. But yeah, the two actresses never, ever, ever wanted to be in the same room with one another. There's probably an explanation behind that, and that's part of why I want to watch the video, but that's the one that really caught my attention. Left-hand page, right-hand page. I got. Okay, good. I didn't miss much. So we're making the arch. The way the books are designed is they're actually foldable, as you can see from the hinge here. So they're like little diorama type sets, and so you can fold them and store them. I'll give you a quick example here because I've got one within arm's reach. Last one we did was the Defense Against the Dark Arts class, and you can see that it's all a book style, but then when you open it up, you can fold parts of it out, and a lot of the set pieces will actually have studs on the like on the bottoms or whatever, so you can actually flip them in. This one doesn't fold out nicely with everything attached. So let me just put it on this opposite side so it comes like this. Then you can just open out parts like that. So it works quite nicely. And I still have not figured out quite exactly how I want to store things. But yeah, last few sets I usually store open as a book in a little diorama format. But if I start running out of space, I'm going to have to start storing them closed. Okay. Oops, I'm going to miss a spot, a piece if I don't finish the step. Oh. But yeah, yesterday's method of cooling down that I had mentioned to some people was that I opened up 4 large boxes of Sherlock Holmes themed books. My other major interest is, the mystery themes that are going on in this year's base, as well as the Harry Potter. So I'm a Harry Potter fan, and I am a Sherlock Holmes fan. I think it's not just because of the, everybody wants to be a wizard or a witch or whatever. And it's not just because of that, it's also because if you think about it at a really loose surface level, there's actually quite a lot of books that are mysteries at heart, even if they're not, mystery enough that you could put them in a mystery genre. All right, so I'm just going to finish putting the wedges on this one. That ding you heard was the expiry of the 5 minutes. So we've got ourselves a little arch, and these bumps on the back are going to be what sets it into attaching to the book wall itself. Good. All right, back we go. Make sure we can get in and that I readjust the mic. As you can see from from the Lego thing, if I don't get the lighting right, then it makes it a bit challenging because you guys have all kinds of shadowing. But I've tried different lamps and stuff, and unfortunately they just bounce off the desk, so I just need to pick up a bit of a desk blotter so that I can, So I just need to pick up a desk blotter so that I can get everything lined up again. Okay, so we're just not finding the cave. Not finding this cave. I'm glad you find the books nifty. They're a lot of fun. Yeah, so I should be in the middle of that cave. So I have to decide, do I go up or go down? We're on 3. If I look at 4, which goes up, not there. If I look at 2, goes down. Parts of it are there. They're just not in the right spot. Oh, I thank you very, very much, Tiz. Very, very glad I appreciate it. I appreciate the sub. Cheat again. And I didn't mark it before, actually, so I'm just going to jump in here and give myself a cheaty hydrate because I've already had 6 sips.
Everybody hydrate!
And yes, we're going to do it one more time. I think. Oh, nope. I'm doing 5 minutes or so. What it does is it does count up over the course of the stream how much I've actually drank. So I just figured it's an interesting way of tracking it while I while I play. You can see there it says 0 gallons, 0 liters, and half an ounce. So 1 sip would be half an ounce, which is why I'm only behind by 1 right now. All right. So, yes, for anyone who just dropped in, what I'm looking at here is, you can see I've got a couple of caves that are actually going to be causing a lot of auditory challenge, I guess, for the church. Now, I've shut down with torches and such the one that was really bugging me up front. I was starting to try and put the full outline of the church lower down in the ground and terraform out, or well, not terraform out, chop out enough of the land that it was a little bit flatter to work with on both sides. But I've got rid of the one on the west that you can see, sort of central to your screen. The one on the east, where I'm sort of standing now, is proving a bit more difficult to find. So, but it does go down. It goes down to somewhere between Y47, just not where I'm standing, and then it does go up, and could be A4. Nope, does not go as high as Y63. The portion I'm looking for is somewhere between the two. I'm currently not that way. I don't want to do. So I was currently standing at Y56, so we know that it's not there, which means that I may have to go down some more. Right. I went too far, but that's okay. Means I can try cutting down here. Okay. This one. Just don't want to... I have Endermen that love to be in here. Just trying to make sure that I don't leave space for them as I go down. I mean, technically I always do. Always 3 blocks. But if I light it up enough to keep other things out, then at least I can predict what's in here. Right. Another thing that I was just noting is Fantastic Sherlock Fox had reminded me that I've got a Lego challenge running where I would put in an extra stream that does nothing. Oh, no, I shouldn't say does nothing. Aha! There we go. Jackpot, as they say. Does little other than build a Lego kit from end to end. It would be Harry Potter themed, surprise. However, it would be start to finish. And it's a challenge, but Fantastic Sherlock Fox reminded me that I had overestimated, let's put it that way, the number of points that sort of thing would be worth. And it's not that I thought it was important, it's just that some users had a bunch of points, and it was a bit of a way to satisfy an itch I've got, as well as eat some points. But it turns out that I guessed it way too high. So I'm going to let the one that we've got there expire, and then possibly start up a new one with less points required. Go. So feel free to add and or not add. It's not a huge deal. But if we start up again, then it'll reset. So all the points that have gone into this bucket wouldn't really be all that useful. As a mod, most of the contribution thus far has come from Fantastic Sherlock Fox, which he has access to being able to start things up different ways, so it's not as big a deal that he has lost some of his points. So if I can make that happen, I would actually like to make it happen on the original challenge, but 150,000 is not where it's at. If we make half of that, I think I'll probably go ahead anyways. So 75 grand probably is where we're going to go. But I just don't want to zero it until I absolutely have to, just to see. If I can't make half that, then I might just go ahead and do it myself. I just build it because I've been itching to build something. Build one of the kits. But if we can make half that, then I'll do it on stream. That's really where it goes to. The other thing is that other redeems have been a little bit on the expensive side, based on the way my stream tends to operate. So I'm still figuring out the kinks, I guess, in that part of the system. Ooh, and I have some ups and downs. One of the other reasons I wanted to get this place sort of lit up is because not just to get rid of mobs, but also if I had to fight mobs in here, as you can see, it'd be a bit of a mess to try and get away from them. Okay. Don't have a ton of those. Shears out. Dark enough. $50,000 points, so we're actually 2/3 of the halfway goal, let's put it that way. So I think we're 2/3 of the halfway goal, which I think is probably worth doing anyways. A lot of it will depend on scheduling for people, I know. Not all opportunities work. But yeah, so for some of the regular points stuff, I've tried to bring the costs down so that people still have some fun without necessarily becoming uber broke, uber quick. I think I saw that. It's gonna bug me if I didn't. Yay! This is also partly why I love to have a souped out bow as fast as I can possibly get one. Because I use it for so much. In spite of having a mob farm, the more mobs I can collect stuff from naturally, the better. Okay. I also don't want to fall down the hole. Let's just put a bit of dirt in here. And our new... using the tips. Okay, I'm not really sure I want to know what that was. Fantastic Shark Fox, do you have any clue? Because I don't recall what the tips was. And let's just say I hope that that's family friendly. I think it is, but thus far, there's been family friendly excuses for every one of those options. But you never know. There could always be one that surprises me. I've had a few surprises. Tip jar logo. Well, if that really is what it is, then hey, more power to you. More power to you for winning with that one. Okay. Let's see, where are we? Okay, we are way out. I'm gonna just take a quick look and see how far is this one. 2. Okay, so we're pretty much at the end of this one. If I can get part of this bit down at the bottom lit up. Need to take it ever. Come on. There. And one more. Not that. Here? Okay, yeah. See, it goes further, but I, for the purposes right now, don't need any further. Okay. Up. Up, she said. Up! And she could not fly. Great. The proof positive of me being a little bit of a chicken is knowing I would not be able to fly inside these caves. I switched to my chest plate. There's been a couple of spots where I could have flown, but didn't. Okay, now I need to go the opposite direction. Make sure I have the majority of that blocked off. Okay, down this way. Curves around, so there's something. Oh. Okay, so there's another nearby on this side, but I don't really care. I'm just going to try and curve around sort of to the northeast, if I can. This mess. And see if I can get most of that lit up. Maybe the reason I was unaware of it is I may have actually already caught that part from something else I was up to or at some earlier point in time. You're just a little creepily dark. Yeah, looks like I did. And I've made enough little holes that I think the thing that would get stuck in here is an Enderman. Or me. Okay, good. So I've got that lit up. Excellent. We can get out of here. Get a little bit of building done. Maybe. Glenn needs a compass in her own catacombs. Oh my goodness. That actually is another option at some point, is we could flatten this out and get all creepy and turn them into like catacombs. Proper? Oh, gosh. Weird cave noises. You can just like back off and go away. Yeah, Dylan gets lost in her own catacombs is probably not where we want to get ourselves tangled. Okay. Why am I in really? Oh, be pretty close to the hole I dug to get down here. Right here. There's go. Okay. Wall. I have excess torches on the walls. That one. There. There we go. This one. It would fit the church theme. Well, it would. Particularly considering the actual building that I'm basing this off of is from the 11th. No, oh, around how to do it. The 13th century? Yeah. 13th century math. Math! And so there's definitely ways to make use of that because they did at that period still do the whole catacomb thing. We don't tend to now. But yeah, there we go. Okay, so it'll be quieter while we work. I'm just going to put another ugly strip in here. I have what's most ugly. Try this, and we'll plug it with that. Can't miss how weird that is. Alright. Mausoleum. That actually might be a better explanation of the term. So another ugly strip on purpose. Hoping I won't confuse them, but yeah. Alrighty. So, oh, I've had an Enderman. That's not me. Oh, where that Enderman went that I did earlier. Okay, reference-wise. Get rid of this end. Annoying. Well, not most annoying. Starting with what seems simple, but because you have to get it out of the way. Keep going back to where the old shulker monster was, and putting things back there. Okay. You've got junk to jump here, here, and here. Done with that. These. This is what I find funny. I commented on this in Firepower's stream yesterday. Is you can't actually put things into shulkers, even if it's an empty shulker. Like these aren't empty, but you can't put them back. Whereas things like barrels and chests really don't care. I find kind of amusing. Okay, so we're going to need some regular sandstone, funky stairs, smooth, probably some walls, bone blocks. Here. So the side we're going to build. I'm still in the VR back screen? No, I'm not. That's only my... Okay, that's only my studio mode. Reference it. Or I think that's the one we want. Oh, that's not the one we want. Okay, so let's see. Take a quick look through my pictures and see what I've got. Nope. What do we want? We're doing the opposite one. Back. Nope. Okay, so I don't have the correct one in here. Add image. Just gonna find the one for you guys that I'm looking at because it makes everything a lot simpler if we can all see the same thing. Okay. I can't find it quickly, we won't bother, but since I should be able to. Looked at these pictures enough that I should be able to recognize them on site now, and sometimes it's gonna be too big. Shrink that puppy down. Oh, no, maybe not. Nice and small. Right, and I forgot that one. There we go. Alright. So that's what we're working on now. Take off studio mode. I can see it too. Now, this is kind of a funky one because the majority of this part of the building has, you can see, a little bit older. It's been done in sandstone, whereas the tower that was added later, well, I shouldn't say sandstone, but it's all bricky. The tower that was added later is smooth. So I'm going to be representing that by using messed up sandstone. But we've got the line across the bottom, which is, it's rough, but it's lighter. And that's what I brought in the bone blocks for. Because it works well with the discoloration. I have a little bit of work to do to make it work correctly on the outside. It's been working nicely on the inside. Got just a little bit of the main building showing. And then we're working into where the drain pipe comes down, right on that corner. The second part of the building attaches. And unfortunately, we've got an angular leg on the corner of the building. And I'm trying to mark it just some gray wool. Unfortunately, the gray wool angle is just a temporary piece because I tried walls, but because of course you have to like dog leg the whole thing, it looks really weird. So for now, the gray wool is just going to stay there until we can figure out how to do something that would look half decent. It would be so nice if you could nest even empty shulkers. Like I get that you can put shulker pieces into other shulkers, but you can't put other stuff in there. This will be the inside, and I have yet to figure out that part of it. I think let's just take this one out. Yeah, because the other one is the jut out on the outside, so I need to fill it in at some point. All right. Bone blocks should look really good. I think so. The challenge with them is that they've got a darker edge to them, which I don't know if you can actually see it. Specifically Fantastic Sherlock Fox, I don't know if you can see it. And the other thing I thought about is if it turns out that that's not different enough for the texture change, the other one I can always do is I can always farm up some mushroom stem. Try that. That might work as well. Right. I'd only went part way up. There we go. Okay. Keep looking the other way because I'm using the same reference shot you guys are seeing, like rather literally. But I don't know. Actually, there's one spot. I'm just going to make it a little bigger for you guys on just one spot. So you can sort of see, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but right underneath the window, there is actually a previous window from the 12th century. You can see the arch of it, whereas the one that's existing here is apparently from the 16th century. I'm going to try and see if I can get something like this to work inside. I think it might just be offset blocks, because I tried using other arch materials and it didn't look so well. Pop off some ground. So while you guys are doing the Champion of the Hill, I'm gonna sleep through the night. I hope so. We'll see. We'll see. But the other big key is you've said the magic words. When I finish. So that's the other we'll have to see as well. Why is that? 9. Okay, so it goes all the way up to this seam here. I can just ride it up. Go up to just one below the seam, probably. There. Yeah, because the seam does something different on the tower here. I've got plenty of, yeah, it sounds like that. I'm going to pretend that I've got plenty of time this season. I haven't the foggiest. I do or not? Okay. Okay, so I keep referencing the photo to see if I, how many more rows I need. First one sticking out there, and then one more to the side that I can put in the window. There we go. 6, 7. I still need to figure out what to do with the extra height. Window will probably account for part of that. Pardon me. Okay. 4. Oops, maybe that high. 2. One would be 3. Go, and this would be where the inner window was. I think what I can do is simulate that. Goes right up to the bottom of the other one. I think, let's try some walls and then see how well they connect. Take it this way. It's not going to be ideal. I think it gets the point across. Yeah, it'll get the point across. It's not, as I said, it's not perfect, but it'll get the point across. I would love to have, actually, I think about it, something else instead of walls. Not quite doing it for me. I'd love to have stairs, but then you can't put anything flat in the stairs. It doesn't work. So you can see, both in the build I'm doing and from some of the photos, if I were to bring them up, you would be able to see the fact that the older building and the younger building have had some significant attachments. So the original one did not have a tower. Is that going to work out? Window, yeah. Oops, wrong one. Here. I think that'll work enough to give me the impression of the earlier window. And then it is wider on this left-hand side, so that will work out quite nicely. Okay. Gonna run out of block. Okay. Got more. The inside. Not on the outside. Inside. You tickled everybody off the hill. Wow. Wow. I know it sounds silly, but that's not something I would have expected. Inner frame. Once again, windows in depth. The fact that they don't have windows that will connect into stair zones is kind of annoying. Okay. Right? That's going to be okay. And their feather dusters are something to watch out for, aren't they? Okay. Well, let's try it again from the other side. 6. Still in. Wow. By the way, I can't actually land on that wall, so flying would not work an option. There we go. Got it. Where did I go? 1, 2. I thought the window would go there, but it's not. I think we got it like this. I can at least finish this side. I did. Okay. I think the window side there. Okay. And this in case the window's not very tall. Now here's another problem we've got. Is that some of these items or some of these parts of the building are actually going to be out of scale from one another. So for example, this bit seems 1 to 1, 1 block to 1 thing. However, up top, up here, we've made things extra big. Just because we couldn't quite deal with it. Couldn't quite get the size we needed. 1, 2, 3, and then things need to arch. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And then I'm gonna grab the glass because... Oh, wrong one. This dark box. I'm gonna grab the glass because then I can figure out what's going on the top. Here. Wow. Got a bit of a spin there. On for later. I could have tried to land on the leader.
Hello.
Good morning, Scam Master. How are you today? I did not expect to see you, DC. Thank you very much for dropping by. Besides, I just realized, as you followed, that there is no way on earth we ever could partner channels if you and I weren't at least following one another. 2, 3, and 3 rows, right? 1, and 3. Isn't it that they say it takes one to know one? Yeah. DC is awesome. If you have not given him a follow yet, you really should. He's an amazing guy to watch. I love his work. And I will say, easily, no questions asked, the man is such a better bingo player than I am. So yeah, awesome. Okay. Figure out, arches always stink with windows. I think I will just try the stairs and hope that it works. Because, you know, it doesn't always work. Gonna look a little janky, I think. More the thought that was there, right? Okay, and then, she says, and then, all right. Thank you very much, Fantastic Shock Fox, for taking care of that shout out. Always worth a watch. Have the regular stairs. No, of course, I don't. Oh. This is another one of those examples of where I forget that I'm actually wearing elytra, because I could have glided down from there if I'd actually thought about it, but I didn't. Didn't think about it. Getting buildings where they connect. And I don't know if DC was lurking during the Lynn tries to fill a tunnel sort of thing. It wasn't super exciting, but I actually had a couple of mobs, which is different than my usual. Two regular ones in the corner. Yeah, because I... One. There's... Oh, no, that's not gonna work. Wrong way. Wrong way, Delenn. Oops, and it's nighttime. Well, at least it's not phantom time. Whatever. Fuck. I gotta figure this one out. Other point, because this is not working right. Okay. Well, fake it, right? Fake it till you make it. Yeah, this is going to be too tall. I want to do. Oh. I remember. By the way, for any of you who actually are here during your business work hours, just wanted to, aside from saying thank you, I appreciate it and all that jazz, because it's true. One of the other things I just wanted to mention is that you're always welcome to lurk. You know, zero ill will for people who actually have a day job and actually have to do the things. All the things that they need to do. Yeah. Zero ill will on that front. Try something else. Liking the thickness of this. By the way, I did remember to install FreeCam and forgot to actually look up the key, the keybinds. Yeah, that's part of confusion. This one. Virtually non-existent. Skip that. Okay. These two. Take this one here. And oh, how I wish I could put two different slabs. But I can't. Best vacation I ever took was touring Europe. Awesome. Yeah, vacations are always awesome. Vacations are some of the best. And some people really like to do vacations to different places every time. Some people like to do repeats to the same location. I mentioned just the other day, my parents are that latter type, where they go to the same place every time. Now, I can see doing that when you've got kids, because sometimes you get kids that really want to do the same thing all the time. Like, I can't blame them. My kids would love to go back to Disney World. You know? I would have this whole thing off by one. Doody-doody-doo. There's instead. My kids would love to go back to Disney World. You know, they had a great time. They thought it was fantastic. And I agree with them. But sometimes it's nice to go different places every time. So I would love to go to Europe at some point. I think that would just be a hoot. Yes, is probably the best way of putting it. Minecraft, why must you make me decide? Yeah, we'll just go with that. Ooh, already planning for next year? That sounds cool. We actually had thought about, we were going to go back to world approximately 2020 or 2021. But as everybody is well aware, you know, COVID came and everybody's life changed and all that jazz. So, right. So things got put off, and then we've changed things. So Fantastic Sherlock Fox changed jobs, and life got different, right? So now we have to reevaluate and see what we're up to. I mean, our newer thing is we're into travel trailers now. So would we do a travel trailer trip, or would we do something else? I'm not liking that. Really not liking that. But if I fuss with it too much, it's going to uglier than sin. So maybe one corner needs help. Then we can bend around the end. Didn't jump off the wall this time. Yay! Oops. No, that was dumb. That was dumb. I have to go with original block. There. So I have the scaffolding. Ooh. Welcome into the game, Benson. Say hi. There we go. And weird as it was, I think that one looks better. Alright. That side of the wall went a little faster than I expected. You can see where the old window was from, I believe, the 1280 construction of the building. I still do have to texture to deal with the weathering, but that might be another one to pull out the mushroom blocks and so on. Florida is one I personally don't recommend in the summer, having been there in the summer. I also don't recommend it in September, because we were there in the early part of September as well, although it was probably a hot summer for them. That's ever so you go. There you are. Alright, so we got that wall done. So while I just pause for that second, I'm going to switch over. Reference. I do have the right one. Back, so front. Nope. Nope. Another image. So take references. They're off. Add another image. Put that into place. Now what do we do? On the side of the building. So basically what I'm looking at here is this is actually a listed historic building in the UK. The resulting effect is that there are a ton of pictures. I'm not sure if I took correct. Or, yeah, downloaded the correct picture. So we'll go with the nearest thing. I've got part of it, but not all of it. It's going to show up once again too big. I kind of wish by default that it would actually show up the right size, but it never ever will. There we go. So what you're seeing on the right... Oops, I'm going to make it. Oh. What you're seeing on the smooth right-hand side of that building is the edge of the tower. So if I was to walk over here, that tower that you're seeing is smooth right-hand side. And then you're seeing a little bit of the window. Now we're working our way around the side towards the, what do you call it? And, like, there's a doorway there, but that's not the main doorway. Now, the unfortunate part is, this is one that I actually can't see all that well. This version you've got. in that corner? No, I do. Buildings are great in some respects, and photos are great in some respects, but yeah, finding the right piece. Okay, I think... There we go. I can see it. Oops, maybe. There. Alright. You can see we've got that ugly little corner leg kind of sticking out as a big gray eyesore in the picture. But then we move around the corner and we've got more windows, which means more discoloration, sorry, and more edges, which means more bone block. I think we've only got a... Scale though is a challenge. 2 there? I messed up. I got the whole thing over here, one too far over, but oh well. For now. Next stream it'll be in the right place. That'll take care of that coloration. I'm gonna just have to skip the edge marker that they've got there. You can see the whole land shifts, so the question is, do I shift the building? Do I terraform the land? Do I, etc., etc. So that's an after question. Because really, a lot of the stairs and stuff, like what you're seeing is the ridge, where these stairs are. So that's why I'm not bothering to recolor the rest of this. Okay, glass. Throw that in. Got a corner, which is 1 block, 2 blocks, and I think we start the window about the 3rd block over. Only 3 wide. But the reason I said not to go to Florida in late summer, or summer in general, is more that because of its humidity level, if you're used to a drier climate, then you sweat, but you can't seem to get rid of it. Like, you don't dry off. Oops. Oh no, that's not bad. Righty. So for the weekend... Oh no! Yeah, I saw that you stumbled into a biome. Sorry, I did find that mildly funny just now. Only I saw the shot by a skeleton, but then your never mind comment, Benson, so that's okay. I didn't comment on it because you said never mind. But when it came down to you stumbled into a biome, I find it mildly amusing because there just is nowhere in Minecraft there is not a biome of some kind. It's like the "you are here" spot that you see on maps. Like, well, yeah, I want to know where to get to, not where I'm standing. You have to know where you are to figure out where you go. You have noob gear. Well, depending on where you are, you may or may not be able to find your way over here, but if you ever do manage to find your way over here, you're welcome to have some of the emerald blocks I've got and trade yourself up some diamond gear to start with. It's not perfect. There's always better out there. But you can definitely have anything. I mean, there's plenty of people. You're at the Dynaville. Okay, I know where that is. Yeah, you're basically not that far from spawn, as I understand it, on this server. And when will I ever learn? I actually had a funny experience, or somewhat funny experience, in-game the other day. I was bopping around doing something, couldn't figure out why on earth there was one spot I just could not jump. There was no way. And it turned out I'd somehow missed a couple of glass beams with a gap in between, so they were just floating up in the middle there, kind of like the one in the center of the window at the top. Which is more wishful thinking than practicality. But yeah. So while that window looks okay, too far along. Okay, and then the other side, there's probably only 1 block gap. But one that sticks out, so stairs. Ones. There. Block on top. Nope, nope. Ones. Ay. That looks rather dreadful. While it may be semi-accurate, it looks awful. But I'll have to figure that one out. That. Go with the bone. Yep, that'll work. So I don't need a 5-wide window here. But the one above is only a 2-wide unit, which is awkward because I'm building on the odds. So I guess in order to make the other one a 3-wide unit to cover for the odds, then I do need this to be a 5-wide window. I forgot that I was doubling my scale. Those two are in the wrong spot. Over one. And then we can just build our walls up around said window. Yeah, that's good. Around the window, please. No. One and that one. Need to choose a cool time of year? Yeah, for sure. For sure. Some people say that Florida requires bug spray, like just as part of your existence. I'm not quite so sure I agree with that. Last, and then I'm just gonna have to ditch the little break between the lower window and the upper window. Minecraft and its lack of scale. Bit of a shame, but oh well. Anyway, but yeah, it's for those of you that are, are in Florida, you really don't need bug spray as much as everybody says. I mean, if you're gonna hang out in the bayou, sure. If you do make it to Florida, I honestly recommend the Kennedy Space Center. When I went, I loved it. This road possibly too high, because that's supposed to be. I have to figure that out again. Okay. But yeah, the Kennedy Space Center is fun. It's totally fun. I was there years ago.
Oh, hello there!
Hello, how are you? Good to see you, Max. Always fun to have you drop by. How's your day going? So, Benson was talking about potentially looking to go to Alabama, Tennessee, and possibly Florida. I got onto a bit of a tangent about how I love my trip to Florida. It was awesome. Not always Florida for the win, but definitely. Pretty good time there. 1, 2, 3. And I love the Space Center trip, I guess. I was going with that one. That trip, actually, strangely enough, I won that trip when I was a kid. Up here, there's an investment company that my parents are part of. They call it Investors Group, and Arch would probably recognize that, or any other Canadian, or Albertan, I suspect. But anyways, so the Investors Group up here was running a special thing where they brought one of the female Canadian astronauts to talk to the people. Yes. Okay. So they were talking to people at a theater or whatever, and as part of the special talk, they had a draw. So you just put in your name to win like a space-themed basket with, like pressurized pen and other space widgety stuff. And my dad and my mother were supposed to go together because that's who, like, they invest through that company. But my dad decided that that really wasn't his thing. So he offered me the chance to go in his stead, and won. So it included a hotel stay, and the flights were covered, and it included a car rental. Basically, the only caveat was that you needed to take a trip to to Kennedy Space Center. I was like, yeah, of course. But as you can imagine, I spent another part of the time. Oops, not that one. another part of the time at Disney World. Who wouldn't? So yeah, we had a blast. I'm gonna change out corner, I think. It's tough on the side of the building to figure out what to do with your corners. I don't really want to go too much below the top edge of that window because it comes up so high. So I think I'm going to need to try and take it out. Oh, 2, 3, 4. Oops. That explains a lot. I made the center window too short. Yeah, that's one row higher. Busy today. Ooh. Wire tour. Oh, hey. Now I know who to harass for a bit more tunage on stream. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's actually kind of amazing how many people that we know through meeting them via Dadcraft's community that are singers or have been at some point or another. I think that's pretty cool. It's one of those things that we all have a voice, and we can all use it. Some to a lesser extent than others. Yeah, so this one's got to change. Yeah, so I got to figure out this corner. There's something wrong with the corner. But we're starting. I'm going to say I need the window to be 3 wide up top, and I went and made it 2 windows wide. Minecraft and details. Not my strong suit, and it should be. But that's okay. She'll get there. They say measure once, or measure twice, cut once. And in Minecraft, build it and then rebuild it like 7 times. However, the other part of that also goes along with 1, 2. How did I suddenly get on the wrong size? Oh, I got the whole wrong section altogether. Wow, brainwave. There we go. No, not that. Really? Nice. Nice, Benson. Benson's artwork, and I'll just really quickly show you here, actually. It's noon. And Benson's artwork appears on our Stream Weekend poster. Okay. And I'll just... There you go. It appears on our Stream Weekend poster. We are having our Stream Weekend for Dadcraft 73 servers. And kicks off at 9 a.m. Eastern. I will be perfectly honest, I'm not out of bed at 9 a.m. Eastern on a weekend, as much as I should be. But Benson's art is the shadowy section behind, or not shadowy, sorry, the section behind, the lovely little central temple she built. And we quite like that, and thank her very much for that. Got her stuff back! Yay! So she did a great job with that piece. And, yeah, where's it going with that? But we are having this Stream Weekend. There we go. What a time to squirrel mentally. So we're having that Stream Weekend. I will be there. As you can see, I picked some later slots so that I can actually be hopefully more awake, hopefully more with it. But we'll be doing some more work on the church building. And I said something else, and I can't remember what the something else was. I believe ditching or going into a cave over yonder, probably on the... Oh, daytime, thank you. So we can see we've got a bit of a crevice up to the northeast of us, and we'll probably go down in there. It goes quite a ways down, so I'm just going to explore that as a side element. Also, the other piece, while we're here, is just a quick refresher that I've been working on that art. But, oh, whoops, that doesn't help. Weekend, there we go. I've been working on this piece, and that's just give you people who were asking a quick update. The center section is finished. I'm working on recoloring the left-hand side, and then I'll move on to the right-hand side. And, oh, I was there, and I said the other piece was the crevice, which is up to the northeast of us. And that should be works. See, so that was distracting enough. What I think we're going to do is just call it here for now, for the day. I will be having a new look, or a different look, on the weekend. So, yeah, be alert for that, hair color change and all that jazz. Bit more thematic look at that point. So we'll see the same individual, different look. Thank you, Fantastic Charlotte Fox, for the reminder. So what we're going to do here is we're going to head off to the end screen, and I get to say my thank yous. And so after we do the thank yous, we shall be headed off to one of our other fine friends. Pardon me. Wow. I'm going to guzzle down that coffee because apparently we're going to get tongue-tied. And let's see, we shall probably head our way over to and things. I think we're going to head ourselves over to Bruno today, because he's working apparently on Half-Hearted Hardcore Amplified. So that might be a bit of a blast. See what we can do there. And I can type this correctly. So thank you once again, Tiz, for dropping by and for the follow. Thank you once again to Benson for dropping by, and for Fantastic Chalk Fox to help me mod. Also, thanks again to Lord Snarl for bringing in his crew for the raid, and to Firepower, Lena, Dadcraft, and Max Money for dropping in. I do apologize for missing anybody that I didn't say hi to. Also, thank you very much to any of the lurkers we had. So, let's go to raid. Bruno, oh, all one word. I hope that's gonna work. Alright. If I can spell that correctly.
Mischief managed.
Excellent. So, if you guys, see if this next one works. If you guys have access to it, you can always try the emotes. Wow, Raid Rain, interesting. If not, feel free to use the one based on global emotes that's down below, and to give Bruno all of our support. Hopefully he will continue his streak of being alive, and yeah, I will be back on Saturday, so have yourselves a fantastic day. We'll see you then. Bye-bye for now.